Welcome back to another episode of the Astro Colony beta. Let's not waste any time and get right back into it. So, now what do we need? Um, oh yeah, let's put up the recycling machine. Now, I might move this a bit later, but for now, gonna spin this around. Gonna slap it right there beside so that way it's automatically got the power and I don't have to waste any more uh, copper wiring. And now remember all those foundation squares that I took up from underneath. Now you can come in here, you can plop them in here, they will recycle, and this is what you get out of each one: an iron rod and a steel screw. Normally the recycling will give you back roughly 80% of the material costs. On something like the foundation here, you can see it only costs one of each to make it. So in those instances on these smaller blocks, you're getting back your full material costs to make one. So this is one way you can try to get some items early game if you need. So like picking up / destroying, say for example, a floor. A floor takes one iron plate to make. So if you recycle a floor tile, you're going to get one iron plate back. So you could take up a big strip of floor tiles here in order to get yourself a bunch of iron plate easily early game. The downside to taking up the tiles is that you will have to place them back down again if you want to place machines down. The machines have to go down onto the floor tiles. So there's always a compromise. If you're picking them up, you'll probably eventually have to put them back down again anyways, but it gives you an early material item for free if you want it, and then when you have a lot more when it's more plentiful for stuff, you can just put it back. It's entirely up to you if you want to do that or not. I normally don't do that if I can help it. I mean, now and then I'll pick up like here I might pick up the tile and the foundation underneath in order to be able to see when I'm underneath where everything is. So like now that one's easy, I don't need to. I could just take out a couple of these and right there I can see that's where you do the connection. Good. Now I can come up here, I can get rid of that one because they're connected from down below. Now I won't be disconnecting anything here because that's not connected down below yet, but we can put those in. Normally you can control click and they'll pop from there to there. Sometimes it's an on and off bug I've noticed right now in the beta, where sometimes you open it up, you just can't control click, you have to drag them. But most of the time you can just control click and go. Now let's see, let's grab some more power. Now this is gonna use one every 30 seconds. As long as there's something on the line and you're sending power through the wires, it's gonna use one every 30 seconds, no matter how much power you need. And as you can see right now, I have one more power consumption than production, so things are going to be moving 10% slower right now. And this is pretty much where you do things, where you start having compromises to things. So what I'm going to do in order to help conserve a little bit of power is I'm going to first grab some more ice. Because getting the ice here is... I'm just kind of looking ahead a bit. I mean, I know, yes, I have gold. I know that, yes, I do have plenty of oxygen available right now, that I don't have to worry about it. But I'm just going to build up a little bit of a kind of like a oxygen nest egg. Okay, I guess that should be good enough for now. Oh, and you see the reticle, it's just your little bit of a circle with a dot in it. You notice when I'm hover over here, it's got that little bit of an extra line on the top left. That just means you can access that machine, and you can pretty much, right now it's pretty much line of sight. So I can be up here and I can still access that machine, and I can still put ice cubes in there for it to process from all. As long as you have line of sight on your machine, you can access it, which is pretty interesting. It helps make stuff easier because, you know, I'm always coming to them out of a habit, but it's, you don't need to. So we'll do that. Now, what I was talking about for helping a little bit with the power, I will, once this has finished off, I'll just break my power connection here. Take this off of the network, which is consuming 5 energy all by itself. And once that's done, I'll be back down nice amount of power, not really doing excuse me, not really using much. So let's do another 5. Actually, I have no more copper bars, so we're gonna need to start working on some more copper again. And this is pretty much your early game, doing a lot of hitting of the rocks, but you notice my basic science points are doing really good right now. I have a lot of basic science completed, which is very helpful. It'll some people, I'll show you a little bit of a cheat system later. Here, I'll actually use up some of my basic science, get some logistics stuff started, get my hydrogen tank, engines, because we'll need the engines. Can't do them yet. We will need docks. Don't need hydrogen yet, or the hydration yet. And we don't need the human migration yet. So you can hold off on that and save your points for a while. So at this point, just with basic stuff, I've already gotten a lot of shit researched that I need to. Now, like I say, my goal is to hit this auto asteroid catching, so we're gonna need this one next. And I had enough there, which is good. Now I'm gonna need mining. Have enough for that. Now, last one here, I need auto asteroid catching. I'm gonna need some more of these, which I'm getting ready to get with getting more copper. And this is just being able to throw some more copper bars into the laboratory. So we'll just work on everything. Oh, gold. Copper. And more copper. Oh, looks like some carbon too. Good. Oh, I wonder what that ice is. Is that gonna miss the station or is it gonna hit it? Ice and gold. We'll get it. Only hitting it because of the gold. Okay, so we'll let this process those last two things of ice for now. Smelter. Pull that, pull that. Whoops, that doesn't go in there. That goes in here. Okay. Yeah, see? I was down at like 1 basic science and now I'm right back up to 9 again from just doing that little bit. That's why I say there's no point in using the regular asteroid catchers because you're really not getting any basic science points from the asteroid catchers at all. So for all this starting stuff, you really need to be hitting stuff, or there's a little bit of a cheat. Like I said, you can get basic science points. There's a chance of it for every item you place. Well, one thing you can do is if you have the basic asteroid catchers, you can try and collect up a lot of iron ore in order to get yourself the iron bars. Now, you don't really need a lot of wire early, but for efficiency, a water pipe is made by one wire. One iron bar will give you 4 wires. So you could convert a lot of iron into wire, and that lets you put down a whole lot of water piping, which would give you at a relatively good efficiency, that would give you good amount of possibility for basic science. What I normally do is, since I don't need a lot of wire, if I'm going to do something like that, I'll use the water cells. They take an actual iron bar, but they only take 1. So when you pick them up and recycle them, you're going to get that iron bar back, and you can use the iron bars for a lot more other things, like your research points as needed, building things as needed. Whereas when you convert it to the wire for using on water pipes, you're just not going to be using the wire much after that. So it's one of those things. You have to think about it a little bit for how you want to do things. Okay, so yeah, I have enough. So I'm going to 10. There we go. Okay, now that's done with that. So we are going to take that wire, get rid of that 1 wire, takes it off the grid, but now we are back down to only 6 consumption. So now that means the auto asteroid catching should be done shortly. And that's in undermining. That's going to take, remember those bars I was getting from the foundations on recycling them? Well, now I get to use them to build up some auto asteroid catchers. And you can replace the items down in here with whatever you want. So what I normally do is, like, I'll replace this with my solar panel then, once I get there, because once I get the solar panel, I try to avoid using these as much as possible. Okay, so I got my asteroid catchers. Now, I'm gonna flip that around on that. I'm gonna put that one there, flip that around, and put that one there. Just building the two. I mean, that's all I can afford right now. But you have to give them power. That one already has power because of being right next to it. And we're just going to do that because, again, this is temporary in my base plan for what I want to do with these. But you see how they're pulling in asteroids automatically. Once they pull them in, they'll suck them in, and then they start breaking them down. It's the same as if you were out smacking them with your pickaxe. But they're breaking them down for you automatically, so you don't have to anymore. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Of course, I won't complain if you want to subscribe, but I'm not going to go through all that stuff. Have a good one, and we'll catch you later.